Hello everyone, this is Gracie here. In this video, we'll be discussing about target costing. So what do you mean by the word target? Is to have a goal or to set up an aim and achieve it. So in the same way, when we learn about target costing, it is to have a targeted cost. So usually every industries or organizations or who are engaged in business activity will calculate the cost of the product and to decide the profit margin and to decide the selling price. So to arrive at the selling price, the cost of the product is calculated. So in traditionally the cost will be calculated, and based on the cost will be calculated on the cost, a certain percentage of profit will be imposed, and the selling price of the the selling price of the product will be decided. So when it reaches to the customers will not be satisfied with the price which has been decided for the product. So it may lead to achievement of the product in the market sometimes, or there are many chances of where customers will not like the product because of the price, because of the high price, maybe because of the features are less compared to the price. So in order to avoid all these unsuccessful business activity or events which is taking place by the entrepreneurs or by the businessmen who are dealing with products and services, should always aim at having a target costing. So when we learn about target costing, it tells us how to calculate a cost so that an organization can satisfy its profits, and it can decide the selling price so that customers will be satisfied with the selling price. So target costing is a model technique, that is a model business technique which is used to calculate the cost. So initially, in traditional method of calculation, cost was calculated and then a percentage of profit was imposed to find out what is the selling price. So where cost will have a certain cost will have effect on it as well as the profit on it, then selling price will bring a huge difference where the buyer is not ready to buy such products with higher cost with less features. So what has target costing as designed is, so it is a model, or it is a modern technique. It's a modern technique which is used to reduce the cost. So how is it reducing the cost? Let us get into the meaning so you will understand it. So target costing is a cost modeling technique that determines what price customers are willing to pay for a product, and it works backward to determine profit margins and allowable cost. So looking into this statement, so you will understand that target costing is a cost modeling technique which is used to determine what is the price for which customers are ready to buy the product, at which price the customers are willing to pay and buy the product. And looking into that price, there will be a work over the organization or industries, so that they will work over the cost, so that the profit margin by the industry as well as the customers needs are satisfied. So the price is set by the customers and profit is achieved through cost control. So how is this possible? Is only when you cut down your cost. So you need to achieve your profit as well as you need to deliver the product or give the product at the rate of the customer, which he is accepting, or which is he is expecting. If he is supposed to satisfy his business as well as the customer, then he need to work on cost, that is he need to control the cost. So how is he supposed to control the cost will be learnt, where you need to make sure that there is no wastage of goods, there should be proper manufacturing, defects should be reduced. So there are many things where, in many ways, where he can control the cost. So the more he can control the cost, the more profit margin he can expect from the business, as well as the customer satisfaction and lot of demand for the product will be available for such entrepreneurs. So target costing aims to reach the profit margin as well as to satisfy the customer's requirements. So the price is set by the customer. So based on the customer's decision of the price, the manufacturer should work on it by controlling the cost. Then the third point states, thus instead of designing the product and then finding out how much it costs, the target cost is set first and then the product is designed so that the target cost is attained. Yes. So you will not always execute the task and then you will plan out what to be done. You will first plan and then you will execute the task. So when you plan and execute, you will know what is next, so it will be going in a flow. But if there is no proper planning, then it will lead to failure, or there will be lot of confusion in the task, what are you performing. So under target costing, first it doesn't design its product first it reads the customer's mind, it reaches the customers, does the research, and then designs the product in such a way that the customer's features, requirements in the product are satisfied, and then starts controlling its costs so the target cost can be attained. So next, how are the research being conducted? So how is target costing achieved? What is the process that the business entrepreneurs carry on to achieve the target costing? Will be learned here in this slide. First is market research. So before you start up your business, you need to do market research. So what kind of product is customer really in need? So if he needs a product, what is the cost he is ready to pay for it? And if he is ready to pay for it, what is the features he is expecting from it? Will the manufacturer should think, will he be able to manage all this? And with this customer satisfaction and customer requirements, what kind of product can I manufacture, or what kind of product can I contribute to the customers, will be decided by him. First he does the market research, where he learns the pros and cons of the customers, as well as the product, as well as the place where he is going to set up the business. Then he defines the product. Then after doing a proper research, he will understand that which product will give him a good return and will create a good image among the customers. Then he will define the product, he will define who are his target customers, and where is his place of business. Next, after defining his product, he will understand what is his customer's requirement. So when understanding the product is not enough, product is just what is he going to manufacture. So how is he going to manufacture? What are the qualities of features to be added onto it? Will be learned only when the customers are understood properly. So if you want me to give an example, I would suggest, I would like to give an example where customers' requirement will be satisfied. As it can be any product which a customer is using for in his day-to-day activities. It can be a toothpaste, it can be a soap, and it can be a shampoo, anything. So he looks into the duration, how long will it exist, and what how is it consist, what is its consistency, its fragrance, everything will be noticed by the customer. So if only he is satisfied with those features, then he will buy it again and again. So customers understanding a customer is required. So if the product is into detergents, so you need to make sure that what are the requirements to be the customers is wanted in that detergent. Might be there should be a good smell while using the detergent powder for the cloth, and it removes all these stains. So there are many features where a customer accepts, so expects. So a manufacturer should note down all this and make sure that it is satisfied. Then he defines the product features. So where he decides what is the, after studying the customer's requirements, he designs the product, and he makes sure that his price is satisfied in the market, as well as his profit is being acquired. So when he does all this, he will make a research of market price, as well as will he get his required profit back. So if the market price is satisfying with the budget what he's planned up, and he is getting the required profit, then he's achieved the target cost. Then 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 the last but not the least, you should make sure that he makes a clear competitors analysis, because they are the main issue a marketer or a manufacturer will face while running up a business. So all this research about the customer, about the product, about the market price, about the requirement of profit and competitors should be learned before starting up with a target costing model. Because if this research, or if this background approach is not made, then target costing will not be achieved. So next is The target costing, expected selling price minus desired profit will give you target costing. So target costing is where you already decide the selling price and you already decide the profit. So you have decided the profit and the selling price, and you make sure that in order to achieve this selling price and this profit, you need to control the cost. So expected selling price minus desired profit, the cost is known as your target costing cost. So the next is principles of target costing. So when we get into the principles of target costing, the first principle is price led costing. So what is price led costing? So under price led costing, what it tries to explain is, so usually in traditional method, the selling the cost price was decided by the of the product, and then a profit will be charged, and then the selling price will be decided. But when it comes to principles of target costing, price led costing, where the product price is decided first, that is the selling price is decided first, and then the profit is deducted, then the cost has been estimated. So that is known as the target cost. So the expected selling price minus desired profit will give you the target cost. So the target cost is what is the cost at which the whole manufacturing team or all the departments should involve and work on it. Only then that target cost can be achieved. So as it concentrates on the price, that is the price of the product first, and based on the price of the product, as it first decides the price of the product, and then based on it the profit will be calculated or deducted, and then the cost will be decided, and that cost is the main target which the organization should focus on. So that is why it is called the principle is principle of target costing. The first principle of target costing is price led costing. As the next one is focus on customers. So for any business to be successful, it needs to concentrate on its customers, as their main target is always customers, because what they produce is always belonging to the customers. Only their satisfaction can bring. Therefore, to be successful at target costing, the management should always listen to the company's customers. That is, what product do they want, what feature are important for the product, how much are they willing to pay for a certain level of product quality, management needs. The management should rigorously take the customer's feedback frequently, and then products must be designed so that in such a way that the customers are satisfied, their demands are met, and it is sold at the price which they are willing to pay. So this is one of the principle of target costing, where first is price led costing, where they decide on the selling price, and then they need to concentrate on customers. And the third one is focus on product design. So when we talk about product design, where the major activity occurs for a product to be developed is in its manufacturing sector. So as the major cost is in the manufacturing sector, so a focus on it should always be there. So how is the product going to be designed? In what are the what kind of materials are being used, the raw material specification. So the engineering department should concentrate and should look over the design of the product, that is the specifying, which includes the raw materials, the components which is used, the labor, the machineries, and everything, each and every part or elements in the production process should be focused on. So, in short, a product must be designed for manufacturability. So, it should be designed in such a way that the product can be manufactured and delivered to the customers. So, proper machinery, proper labor, utilization of labor, and good raw material should be introduced, so that the product will be delivered to the customer as per his satisfaction. So, in order to achieve that, focus on product design should be maintained. A product to be manufactured and to be delivered to the customer as per his requirement. Then focus on process design. So when we speak about focus on process design, so we need to look into every aspect of production process. Every aspect of the production process must be examined or focused, and to make sure that the product is produced as efficiently as possible. So when we look into the process design, it takes into consideration the production process, that is the main process where a product is being developed. So, what is the technology used? Is the labor focus on labor are frequently looking into the activities of the technology or machinery? Is the technology being updated? Is this machinery worthy for this product to be manufactured, or any additional features to be added over the machinery? So each and everything in the process should be designed in such a way, and focus over that process should be maintained. Then when we speak about cross-functional team is nothing but only production department helping out in cutting off the cost, or aiming at getting a target cost, or making sure that the cost is within the cost is controlled will not be important. When I speak about cross functional team, the departments, not only the production department, each and every team in the organization should concentrate on the target costing. It can be from the research department, it can be from finance department, it can be from HR department, marketing department. Only when each department contributes their efforts in controlling the cost, target costing can be achieved. So it is a cross-functional team. Only when cross-functional, all the teams work together, the target costing can be achieved. Then when I speak about life cycle cost, the product life cycle should be focused on. So when a product is being developed, it moves on to different levels where a product moves on to different levels. That is, when a product is manufactured, from the raw material conversion to the finished product. So then there are many processes to know the quality of the product. So it can be testing of the product, it can be inspection of the product, it can be design for the product, and it can also be the expenses which is incurred before designing the product, and it also can be the advertising of the product, and the product's development from the stage it is introduced into the manufacturing activity, and till it delivers to the customers, which also includes the customer services. That is, the development of a product to be converted into the product, the development of raw material which is to be converted into finished goods, and it is delivered to the customers. Till that, the life cycle of a product is calculated. So each level should be concentrated. So the end will be the customer services. Till the customer services are satisfied, the life cycle of the product continues. So each level of the product should be focused. So in traditional cost management techniques, where if the production work is done, then the product is ready to be sold in the market. So they were concentrating only on the production sector, but not the life cycle of the product. So where this has led to where the success of the product is not achieved due to this lack of concentration on the life cycle of the product. So this traditional cost accounting systems were leading the product to be unsuccessful in the market. But when we concentrate on target costing, the life cycle of the product should be focused. Only then the life cycle cost can be controlled. So enough attention should be given for the products life cycles, and other costs which is related to the product from the production sector till it delivers to its customers. Next is value chain orientation. So when I speak about value chain orientation, sometimes the projected cost of a new product is above the target cost. Then efforts are made to eliminate non-value added cost to bring the projected cost down. Yes, uh, so now you have the target cost. So if your target cost is not achieved, that is, your target cost, the cost which you are supposed to achieve is your target cost, the cost which you have fixed. So you need to complete your task within the cost which you have fixed, which is known as target cost. If you're not able to achieve your target cost, then if the cost is increasing, then you should make sure that you need to cut down your cost where which brings non-added value to the product. It can be anything, it can be in the advertising side, or it can be in the packaging side, or anything. So simplicity of the product attracts the customers more than the brightful images of it. So where non-additional value for the product, it doesn't bring any addition to the product's feature, then such cost can be cut down, so that the cost lies within the target cost. So in some cases, a close look at the company's entire value chain can help managers to identify opportunity for cost reduction. So not only in the production team, but also in the value chain, in the sense in all the cross-functional team, it is all the functional team which is performing in the organization should be governed. Only then the managers can cut over the cost and meet the target cost. So it is a value chain operation or orientation where each and every team should focus on it. So the next is your steps in target costing. So as we have learned, first you need to conduct a market research. So what is market research? The market research is to be conducted in order to see what products are in the market. So then what new product and competitors are trying to bring in the market, to ascertain customer requirements and the price they can afford for the product. So market research is nothing but a clear study about the market. What are the existing product? What are the new product the competitors are coming up with? Apart from this product, can you develop a new product? Is your identification. So conduct of market research will give you a clear information of what to produce and how to what to produce, when to produce, and how to produce. Next is determine the price, margin, and cost. So target price is determined on the basis of market survey at which the product can be sold. From the selling price, the standard margin is deducted to finally come to the target cost. As we have learned in the principles of target costing, which was price-led costing. So it needs to determine the selling price of the product. Only after determining the selling price of the product, the profit margin will be deducted and the target cost can be ascertained. So always it is better to determine the selling price of the product. How can you determine the selling price of the product? Just make a clear market research or conduct a survey among your customers, which will help you out to determine the selling price of the product. Then design improvements. So under design improvements, value engineering is used to drive down the product cost to a level at which the target price and margin can be attained. So as we have learned in a principles, value chain and uh, uh, cross-functional team and value chain operation or orientations, where each department focuses on their activity and make sure that they are removing out all non-value added added features from the product or from the services whatever they are rendering, then automatically the cost can be controlled. This can be achieved only when each department continues to do it. So it should be a chain operation. Not a single department doing it will not meet the target costing, or the target costing cannot be achieved. So it should be a continuous improvement. Initially in the development of the product, such enthusiasm or importance should always be focused till the product reaches the customers, and after it reaching the customer, till the market till the industry to be achieved in the market, or if the business want to sustain in the market, then this target costing approach should be a continuous improvement in the market. Only then a good profit can be earned by the organization. So when I speak about continuous improvement is needed to ensure the target cost level are maintained subsequently to design phase. Value engineering techniques is applied for reduction of waste, misuse, and eliminate of non-valued cost. So then establishing a cross-functional team which is involved in the implementation process for the earliest design stages, using tools such as value engineering in the design process, and pursuing cost reduction wherever it is required. So continuous improvement is possible only when you concentrate on each and every aspect of the product development. It can be in the production department, that is from the defining the product, defining the product, fixing the price of the product, looking into the operation of each departments, and cutting down all the non value added value added aspects in the development of the product will make sure that the target cost will be achieved. So continuous focus will lead to continuous improvement, that is continuous supervision will lead to continuous improvement, and the target cost can be achieved. So the next topic what we are going to discuss is features of target costing. So whatever we have learned till now will be your features. That is, the price of the product is determined by the market conditions. The company is a price taker rather than a price maker. So as you all know, the decision of the price will be made by the customers. Based on their decision or their suggestions, the company will decide the price and makes the price. Then the minimum required profit margin is already included in the target selling price. So in under target costing, you already decide your selling price. So your profit margin is also decided, and then the target cost will be decided. So you know what is your profit margin before you manufacture the product. Then it is a part of management strategy to focus on cost reduction and effective cost management. Yes, when you have taken the modeling technique or cost modeling technique as target costing, you should make sure that you focus on the cost reduction and effective cost management should be done. Then product design specification and customer expectations are already built in while formulating the total selling price. Yes. So when you are deciding the selling price, the total selling price is decided. You should make sure that the product design specification, customer sat expectations, everything are built in the product so that that selling price is completed. So when you are already decided the selling price, that is you're okay with the customer satisfaction, customer requirements, everything is fixed into the product so that it is satisfying the customers and you will get enough profit out of it. So focus on product design, focus on the specification and requirements of customers is important under target costing. Then the difference between the current cost and target cost is the cost reduction which management wants to achieve. Yes. So usually deciding the cost and then fixing the selling price, and that difference and the target cost which you have utilized where you have made a lot of cost reduction. So the difference between the cost, the current cost and the target cost, so that is known as cost reduction. So how much you have reduced or controlled the cost in order to achieve your target cost. So it's known as cost reduction. That is what management wants. Only then the customer will buy the product. The demand for your product will be more. So in this example can be given an example relating to coconuts, tender coconuts, where during summers there are a lot of demand for tender coconut. So the cost for it will raise automatically. But when we look into that, when you are into a business entrepreneur, you need to decide that how can you reduce your cost so that the demand also can be satisfied. So when there are many competitors who are selling, so there are people who are selling the price of the product at the same level, and when you introduce target costing, you will reduce the cost of the product, where 30 rupees worth of tender coconut can be sold for 10 rupees or 5 rupees. So this others might think that there is loss to the management or to the organization, but you know how much cost is being reduced. So when the price is fixed by you is less, there will be more demand for your product. So many people will come in search of your product, where the feature of the product is same, but the cost what you have decided is less compared to your competitors. So cost is what is all decided for the development of the product. What is the price, that is the selling price, is all where the customer focuses on looking into the features. So when you sell your product, when you meet your target costing, your cost reduction is done, you achieve your target costing, and your cost is comparatively less from your competitors, where you will have more demand for your product. Even though the cost is less, you will achieve your profit by getting more demand for your product, where you can earn more than your competitors for the same feature of the product by charging less cost to your product. Then a team is formed to integrate activities such as designing, purchasing, manufacturing, marketing, etc. to find and achieve the target costing. So there should be a continuous focus where frequent improvement, frequent designing and purchasing, because there are competitors who build up the features of the product. So you should also maintain focus to achieve your target costing. A continuous design, purchasing, manufacturing, marketing and add-on activities should be done to achieve your target cost. So the next topic is objectives. By doing all this, what is your objective? Why are you doing all this? to lower the cost of new products so that the required profit level be ensured. So your profit is to be achieved. How are you going to be different from your other competitors? By reducing your cost. You need to suffer a little by reducing your cost. You need to work hard to reduce your cost, but when you reduce your cost, your profit would be more than your competitors, and you can become the business leader. The new product meet the level of quality, delivering timing and prices required by the market. So the new product meets the level of quality, delivering time and prices required by the market. So when you focus on target costing, you make sure that everything goes in a process and focus for each level is given. So when there is proper focus, proper qualified goods which will be delivered on time and based on the price which has been which is where the customers are willing to pay, will be satisfied by the customers. So when you render good quality product as well as deliver it at time and at the price where the customers are satisfied, then you will become the market leader. So that is one of the objective, where to achieve the market you need to sacrifice a little to develop your product and to concentrate on target costing, which will reduce the cost, which will aim at reduction of cost. Then, to motivate all the employees of the firm to achieve the target profit during new product development by making target costing a company-wide product management activity. So, you can motivate your employees in the firm to achieve target profit. So, when employees can be motivated by achieving target profit, they will get more remuneration, they will get more bonuses. So, employee motivation can be done when the target profits are achieved. So therefore, achievement of target profit or target costing will lead to motivate the employees. So these are the objectives of target costing. So thank you everyone. Have a nice day.